Hey friends, Mike Mooney here. Hope you're doing well and welcome back. As I'm getting ready to hit my 2-year mark on my coaching, consulting, and speaking practice, I wanted to share with you this idea that I've really held on to during that time, and I believe will continue to do so. And it's called the power of today. So where that comes from, for me personally, is when I made this career pivot. And before I had left my previous employer, I had secured 5 consulting projects that would help bridge financially my move from one place to another. So let me ask you, how many of those 5 do you think actually came to life? Well, I'll give you the short answer. It's a pretty simple one. It was a round number. It was absolutely 0. And it was absolutely devastating because I had put my plans and hopes on these particular projects to build that bridge. Now, the challenging part in all of that, and the reality is that shit got real. I had to go down and tell my wife, my partner, my best friend, that this plan that I had made is not coming together. And that was tough. So when I told her what was happening, she says to me, well, okay, Mike, what happens though when we hit this time mark? Because we had set a window for when we'd have to maybe start tapping into savings. And when she asked me that, I gave her an answer that I am sure no partner, spouse wants to hear in this moment when they've said, I'm behind you, get after it, go do your thing. I said to her, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do when we get to that point. But here's what I can tell you. I know with every bit of my being and fiber that if I focus on that date, I'm not focusing on what I need to be doing today. The work, the impact, the opportunities that I can uncover, create, follow up on are not going to be maximized if I'm focused solely on that date. So I told her, I said, baby, I am going to focus everything I have on today. And when I'm done with today, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. And that led to some pretty long days, to be honest with you. A couple 36-hour days, 48-hour days. I'm sure if you've been out on your own, you've gone through that yourself, you can appreciate it. But it's all about what can I do today? Because here's the reality. I had a vision and a plan of where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. But without putting the work in today, all that is a vision and a plan. So that would be my question to you as you're thinking about your plans, your visions, whether it be for work, for your personal life, your legacy, your relationships. It's great to have a plan. It's great to have a vision. But if you're not putting the work in today, if you're not showing up with intentional effort, being deliberate and consistent, then friends, all that's going to be is a vision and a plan. Now, you hear me say a lot, consistent, deliberate, intentional. I'll tell you, those are 3 pieces that I really believe are tenets for success. Long-term, long game of what you're building, not the quick get. Deliberate, intentional, consistent. I'm a big believer that there's no shortcut for time and consistency. So my friends, what will you do with today? You have the power. I have the power to create and build and ignite today, because that's all we're promised. That's all we're promised. And then we get the opportunity to get up tomorrow, God willing, and do it again. So what can you do with your power of today? What can you bring to life? What can you move forward? Even a small step is a step. It's movement. What can you do? I'd love to hear, I'd love to know, I'd love to support you. I can tell you that now in year 2, as I'm picking up more coaching clients, I'm picking up more keynote speeches, and I'm doing more consulting work, that the power of today combined with consistency and time is working out. I'm going to stay in that. I'm going to live into that. I hope you do the same. Cheers to you and all the success that's waiting for you today.